So picture the scene. We've just had perhaps the greatest World Cup for entertainment purposes you could ever imagine, including an unbelievable group stage with a bucket load of drama on the final day of practically every single group. What do you then do as FIFA ahead of the next version of the tournament? You change the tournament so that absolutely none of that stuff will ever happen again.
I feel physically sick, literally sick. I could be sick.
Yeah, the new format for the World Cup and expansion of the competition has been a major talking point in the world of football for a number of months now, with FIFA seemingly set on 3-team groups that will completely change the dynamic of the first round of the tournament. How and why have FIFA ruined the World Cup already?
Sick.
So, to explain what's going down here, for the 2026 World Cup in America, Mexico, and Canada, we're going to have a massive expansion of countries and nations that will qualify for the World Cup. As it stands right now, you've got 32 teams that make it to the tournament proper. Obviously, everybody has to qualify other than the host nation. We have 8 groups of 4. The top 2 qualify and then go into the round of 16 and the knockouts from there. However, that is going to be all changed from 2026 because FIFA are set on expanding the World Cup to a total of either 40 or 48 teams. So they sat down in a summit a few years ago, I'm pretty sure, and decided they were going to up it all the way to 48. So 16 more teams will be in the World Cup in comparison to before. Now that's fine, alright? It's good, honestly, to get some inclusivity, to get some new nations. So all you have to do is keep the format the same and just add some more groups of 4. Except that's quite literally not what they're doing. We're going to end up with 16 groups of 3. 3 teams in a group. I hate to break it to you lads, but 3 is an odd number. There's a reason why pretty much every league in the world has an even amount of teams in it. Imagine being a casual fan, finding out how many groups there's gonna be at the next World Cup.
If I'm not 16!
16 is just unnecessary. If you're in Group O, I'm not watching you, mate. I can't even lie. We're gonna need to list the groups on about 7 sheets of A4 paper. Do you understand how long the draw for this competition is going to take? And now on to Group Z. Still not Italy. Here we have Cristiano Ronaldo returning for one final World Cup, ready to win Group X. Ross Barkley's on a mission to find 4% African genes in his family tree. Now that he's found there's more African nations going to the World Cup. It is confirmed that it is going to be 48 teams. There's no changing that. But we might still get 12 groups of 4. It might be like European qualifying sometimes, where you get like, obviously, whoever wins the group goes through automatically. But then you get like best place losers, I guess, after that. You might have something similar to that, which is, I'm not gonna lie, does create more games, maybe a little bit more confusion. But honestly, I think that's a better concept and better way of running things than what they've gone for right now. And it's definitely better than some of the other concepts that FIFA came up with originally, which included 8 groups of 5. Who is running this? Who is coming up with these ideas?
Is he on fucking space? Oh, what?
5 teams in a group. This is just criminal. I know it sounds like I'm complaining about nothing, but that just literally makes no sense. And the reason why it makes no sense is because, like, how are you going to get teams playing a final group stage match at the same time? If you have an odd number of teams, there's going to be one team that doesn't play on the final game week of a group stage. And not only will that kill off all the excitement, I mean, who looked at the group stages that we've just had, right? Saw a situation where Costa Rica could knock out both Germany and Spain and said, you know what? I don't think this is the correct format. I'm not sure this is exciting, and I'm genuinely not sure there's been a group stage at World Cup better than the one we've just had. You had, as I mentioned, Group E, which was Japan, Costa Rica, and co, which was just chaos. Germany going out by 1 millimeter live there and then. You had the group that had Mexico and Poland in. Mexico were going out on yellow cards at one point. Even the final group as well, with the Ghana-Uruguay story. South Korea grabbing a 90th minute winner to beat Portugal. It was just constant drama, and a lot of that drama was being created because the games were happening at the same time. The groups were constantly evolving minute by minute, and you have a chance for collusion, where if you've got 2 teams that already know all they need to do is draw with each other to go through, because the other team in the group's already played twice, they're just gonna play out a draw, which is obviously completely unfair. The whole reason you have final group stage matches played at the same time is there's no chance for that. Why do you think all the Premier League games on the final day of the season happen at the same time? Here we have Tunisia and South Korea titting about at 0-0 in the 87th minute because they know a draw is enough to take them both through. It just really kills off all excitement and all tension when one of the teams is just sat by the sidelines watching on ITVX like we are. And as I said, with 48 teams, you're obviously going to get some new nations competing in the World Cup. You're going to have a lot more of the so-called not elite nations and countries, I guess, competing. I can't wait to see Zimbabwe versus Kosovo for a place in the knockout stages. But now, for real, if we're being honest, I'm someone I love to see more teams in competitions in terms of inclusivity. And there's going to be countries that qualify for the next World Cup that may have never qualified for a World Cup before. And that's going to be such an unbelievable experience for their fans and the people that live there. Apart from Nigeria, because I know we will still somehow find a way not to qualify. Oh, it's 2-0 to Somalia. And it'll be especially nice to see some more underdogs, having just seen a World Cup of underdogs. You know, why can't we see another Morocco, another Croatia? I mean, I know Croatia have a lot of pedigree, but you didn't expect them to get to the semi-finals. But Morocco especially. We saw Tunisia beat France. We saw Cameroon beat Brazil. We saw Saudi Arabia beat the eventual winners, Argentina. And you will probably get more of that with some more of the smaller nations being involved. However, let's be totally real. FIFA aren't doing this for inclusivity reasons. They're doing it because of greed. And I am fed up of the expansion of every single tournament ever because it means more games and therefore more money in the coffers of these rich dons. I just don't care. Like, where is the welfare and well-being of these players? And you know, how far do we go? Do we keep expanding it? 64 teams? 84 teams? Shouts out to St. Kitts and Nevis, but I don't need to see them at a World Cup. How are Japanese fans gonna clean up all the stadiums when there's 28 groups there? Saka did a spelling bee during Qatar 2022. We're gonna have groups going up to the letter T. I don't think Jack Grealish can even get that far in the alphabet.
Oh, wow.
Overall, I'm just frustrated. We've just seen an unbelievable group stage at a World Cup, which was equally unbelievable in the knockout stages. And I know this decision was made before Qatar 2022, but you've got a system, you've got a format that works. Why would you change it just for the sake of it? Literally, and it's not, I don't even mind if they want to just add more teams. That is absolutely fine. Honestly, fuck it, just do it, whatever. But having 3 teams in a group makes no sense mathematically or to any degree at all. Who does that? Just keep it at 4 teams. That's all I'm asking you. If you want to have 65 groups of 4, do it. But just please don't take away that drama, that excitement, that tension that we get on the final day of the group stages because you want to add a couple more teams to the tournament. But what do you make of the new World Cup format? Again, it's not absolutely locked in, but at the moment, as things stand, that's what FIFA are going to go with. Do you prefer the current format? Are you excited for a changer? And how do you think it is going to work? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video though, feel free to slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.